Hey YouTube, so I think I'm going to put this on this weekend. I just have to trim this to where I've got my patch cut because I did some rounded corners and like that. Down here I'm going to have the seam right along the profile of the door because I want this to be all nice new metal instead of trying to put a weld in there somewhere in that convex compound curve. That's just going to be a mess to try to weld and get to look right, even with body filler in there. It's just a complicated curve, and all that work is already done for me on the replacement panel. So now I'm welding along that contour makes me a little nervous, so I made up a wire so that in case I have to grind this profile out, I have duplicated it almost exactly with this steel wire recovered from a folding bed couch thing. So this is pretty hard steel, and my thought is I'd be able to just weld that in there, if nothing else. You know, there's my nice pretty body line profile, how it's supposed to be. Mistake? I don't know. Anything, is that anything anybody else would do? Probably not. I'm learning. So, anyway, I'm going to do action shots of welding and we'll see how it goes. I wouldn't say that I'm jumping into this because I've been thinking it to death. Nothing wrong with that. That's just how I do it, but it's time to put that thought into motion. So, this weekend, yep. Oh, I should say, before I start welding, I'll do my cuts here, and then I'm going to try to straighten this out as much as possible before putting a panel on, if I can do anything. We'll see. You know, especially that's going to be above my work area. So, yeah, try to get that straightened out. So I've been trying to get the old metal straight. There's a crease here, and it went down and had a bad door pucker right there, which you can see only the remnants of. So let's see if I can do this. So you can see where I was working along the metal. Well, I don't know. Can you see where the crease was? I know it's the camera's not focusing. You can see evidence of the crease, but it's just a shallow depression. I think you can see the valley of it there, very faintly. And then this huge pucker is just a little ripply dimple. And it's really hard to get in there with the appropriate whatever. You saw that I was using my, I have a, whatever these long wood clamps are, and I had popped it back there, and I was pulling as I was pounding out the high points, and it popped right out with a bit of a profile, probably induced by the end there. Well, didn't have much choice, but yeah, I thought that was going to be a huge problem, and now it's just a tiny little body fill problem. So, got this profile ground down, not quite to finish, so I've got to do that, plus I have to grind the profile on the filler panel to make sure that that's perfect. Just zeroing in on that. I had trimmed another 1/2 inch off here. You can see I've got a little bit to go. Just, I wanted to get this straightened out first. And, there's a little bit of ripply in there, but not bad. Not like the dent there was before. Getting it. So, zeroing in on the panel fit. Got my edge all trimmed here. This is all trimmed on both sides. This is ready to go from the dog leg up to about here. And this will be tricky. And this cut here is just a combination of stupid and trying to make up for stupid and chasing your tail in that endless spiral. So it's not exactly how I want it, but I'll see. This will be one of the first places I tack just to get it stabilized. So down there will be first, because that, I know, that's just my hard point, where everything's been measured and cut to so far. And this will probably be another one, just to make sure that this panel that's kind of sinking in a little bit catches this one, which is raised up a bit, and make sure that that profile's right. So, butt welds. I have a little bit of a flange here, and a flange down the length. It'll be butt welds on the corner, and then flange, and some butt welds and flange. Reason I'm doing the butt welds and flange, the flange, I want something for the metal to sit on, just so it's not going to cave in any further while I'm doing my butt welds. I thought if it was butt welds the whole way down, trying to keep it edge to edge, despite having the butt welding clamps, I might have just run into some problems. So, but I'm not done yet. And the way I've done it, if I decide to do butt welds, I can just cut off the flange anyway. So, getting there. I hope to be welding this weekend. We'll see. I've been on it for 8 hours today, so I think I'm gonna take a break, because I'm tired. When I'm tired, I start to rush. Bad idea. So